It's 5:14 on this Monday. Their lives changed seemingly in an instant. A Valley couple became one of the nearly 16,000 families in this country that hear the words, "Your child has cancer," every single year. But from the very beginning, they decided to document what was happening, all the highs, all the lows, in hopes of lighting the way for others in a seemingly endless dark journey. What was that moment like for you to know where he came from, to now see where he is?
Well, iPhone memories are a pretty gnarly thing this year.
Yeah. 1 year ago today.
Yeah.
1 year ago today. There's a lot happening 1 year ago today.
Through the magic of memories saved on their cell phones, Kendall and Preston McFarland from Ahwatukee are reminded of the battle that was just beginning in these photos.
He woke up with a big lump and a mass on his side. We thought we were checking in for constipation.
But it turned out to be something much more serious. It was Easter weekend last year. The McFarlands had plans to gather around the dinner table with family. But instead, Kendall and Preston would gather around a hospital bed as their 2-year-old son Nash would begin the fight of his life. For you guys as parents, when you found out that he had cancer, what goes through your mind?
It hits you like a ton of bricks, right?
Scans showed 75% of Nash's liver was covered in tumors. A biopsy would reveal it was a cancer called hepatoblastoma. Doctors told the McFarlands they needed to act quickly, pumping Nash's little body with chemotherapy to shrink his tumors. In the midst of the madness, the McFarlands made a split-second decision that would later prove to be a different kind of lifeline. What made you decide to document it in this way?
We very clearly felt like there were two different roads and that we could do this alone and keep it kind of private, or be vulnerable and share our story.
Which is exactly what they did.
Can I hear, "I am strong"? Yeah!
With their phones in hand, every treatment, every scan, every hospital stay were filmed, from the occasional bright moment.
What do you have? Do you have a light? Light it up. Whoa!
To the dark times, like when Nash's first 2 liver transplants failed.
It's something that we did not take lightly by any means. You also wrestle with that quite a bit, where it's like, why should one life be lost in order for our kid's life to be saved? So that was a really big deal for us, and that was very heavy for Kendall and I.
We still think of those families.
Yeah.
Because they lost their baby that night, even if our son didn't get their liver.
As Nash and his family lived in isolation during his treatments,
Where's Nash Carter? Where could he be?
their phone proved to be their vital link to the outside world, including Nash's brother, who couldn't visit for fear of exposing his brother's fragile immune system.
So Knox never saw Nash. So we had a big sign in our window that said, "I am strong," and he could look and say, "That's my brother's room." The hardest part for me was Knox being separated. And one day he asked me, "Mama, why aren't we a family anymore?" And it's hard to explain. He was 3. And it's hard to explain to a 3-year-old, like, we are a family.
But thankfully, they wouldn't be separated for long.
Nash, where are we going? Are we going home?
Once again, their cell phones capturing this sweet reunion. And thankfully, there's a lot more joy to document.
By opening up our story from the beginning and being vulnerable, we just had so much love and support, always. We had conversations in a hospital room of, what if Nash doesn't survive? Like, what if...
It was never promised.
It was never promised that, and it's just a good reality check of, like, all of us aren't guaranteed tomorrow.
I think it takes a lot of strength to do what you did.
And it's truly Nash's story. We just get to be the keepers of it right now.
Yeah, I mean, all of them, Kendall, Preston, Nash, Knox, this whole family, just the way that they really bonded together to fight this.
And they say that's what it
so
takes,
amazing.
right? I
Yep.
mean, you have to get into that that positive mode and try to think positive and think your way through it. They say that can be really healing.
Absolutely. So we do want to let you know this. Nash is now 3 years old, and after 132 days in the hospital, 6 rounds of treatment, and 1 successful liver transplant, he's back at home, and as you can see, he is absolutely thriving. We love to see it. Nash and his family are now helping to give back to Phoenix Children's by taking action for their Step Up, Stop Cancer initiative for the rest of the month, which is Childhood Cancer Prevention Month. When you donate to Phoenix Children's Center for Blood and Cancer Disorders, your contribution will be doubled. To learn more about that, we've posted all the information you need on abc15.com. We are rooting for you, Nash.